Today we're ranking the top 10 NBA players that could realistically win their first ever ring this season. Here we go. At number 10, Paul George. The entirely rests on Kawhi Leonard coming back this season. Leonard was reportedly expected to miss a big part of the season due to surgery for a torn ACL. That surgery kept Leonard from participating in the Western Conference Finals against the Phoenix Suns. Had Leonard played, there's valid evidence to support that the Clippers would have defeated the Suns and made their first ever NBA Finals. Instead, George had to carry the Clippers by himself in a series that reached 6 games. It appears that Playoff P has finally returned to full form. If Leonard can come back healthy, look out for the Clippers as a dark horse to make a championship run. Number 9, Carmelo Anthony. It's been a long time since Anthony has played for anything this meaningful. Back in his Nuggets days in 2009, Denver nearly took down the Lakers but fell to Kobe Bryant in 6 games. Since then, the farthest Anthony has made it was a second round with the New York Knicks in 2013. Anthony has bounced around with the OKC Thunder and Portland Trail Blazers, but nothing more than a first round playoff experience. With his role featuring him coming off the bench in a more Kyle Korver-like role, Anthony could be a key bench piece for the Lakers' championship run. After all, it was Anthony that said the timing was right. Maybe it'll be time for the 37-year-old to finally get the ring that he never won. Number 8, Ben Simmons. Many fans want to dissect the play of Ben Simmons' offensive struggles in the second round of the playoffs against the Atlanta Hawks. What fans forget is that Simmons was an all-star and runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year for a team that was the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Given what returns to the 76ers, there is no reason why the team couldn't run it back to be the top dog in the East. Number 7, Jimmy Butler. It was roughly a year ago that the Miami Heat dismantled the Bucks and made the NBA Finals. Much of that core remains with Duncan Robinson resigning, Tyler Herro entering year 3, Bam Adebayo looking like an all-star, and the addition of Kyle Lowry. Would it surprise anyone in the league if the Heat led the league in defensive efficiency this season with Butler leading the way? Number 6, Devin Booker. Booker nearly won his first championship this past season as the Suns rose to the NBA Finals. Booker has risen to all-star status and is one of the league's best overall shooters. There are times that Booker was compared to the likes of Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry with his scoring ability. With that said, Booker shot down any Kobe comparisons. That was largely because Booker has 0 rings, while Bryant finished his career with 5. At number 5, Chris Paul. Speaking of making a run back to the finals, there is no player that wants to make it more back than Chris Paul. The 36-year-old is getting dangerously close to making the Mount Rushmore for players that have never won a championship. It took 6 games for the Bucks to beat the Suns in the finals, including a 50-point game from Giannis Antetokounmpo. That was how close he was to get off this list. Instead, he enters another year hoping to get that first ring. At number 4, Joel Embiid. The MVP runner-up led the 76ers to their first number 1 seed since the days of Allen Iverson. When it comes to the Philadelphia Legends, Embiid is likely going to be talked about with the likes of Iverson, Charles Barkley, and Hal Greer. However, outside of Greer, Embiid is treading water towards being like those former greats and being ringless. Embiid has never played in the conference finals, making it as far as the second round 2 different times. At number 3, Russell Westbrook. It's time that Russell Westbrook realized that you don't need to average a triple-double to win in this league. While nobody is saying what he did last year, as well as 4 times overall in his career, isn't impressive, Westbrook is entering his final years of his prime without an appearance in the NBA Finals. The Lakers are his 4th team in 4 years, so at this point, it's either now or never. Westbrook will have his best surrounding cast since the days of playing Kevin Durant and James Harden. LeBron James and Anthony Davis won a ring without Westbrook in 2020. At number 2, Nikola Jokic. The MVP's chances of winning a title, like Paul George, rest solely on if his partner in crime, Jamal Murray, will be healthy. Towards the end of the year, Murray tore his ACL. He is expected to come back sometimes in 2022. The Nuggets do not need to rush him back because of the combination of Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and Michael Porter Jr. is good enough to lead the Nuggets to a playoff spot. And finally, number 1, James Harden. There's no player with the best chance of getting off this list than James Harden. The starting lineup of Kyrie Irving, Harden, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and Blake Griffin is fueled with NBA awards. The bench features Patty Mills, James Johnson, Bruce Brown, Nicholas Claxton, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Paul Millsap. The veteran talent on this team is unbelievably deep. Players join teams for less money because they believe that they have a chance to win the title. That's exactly what Griffin, Aldridge, and Millsap did. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Sports Source, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.